What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
Keith.
I'm Curtis.
You know the vibes. I seen the picture. I seen the thumbnail. I know why y'all here. Stay Kids, Taste. This is your first time on the...
Kids.
Did I?
The fans are called Stays, so
It's probably because I wanted to say welcome Stays and never got a chance to. But you know why y'all here, Stays? Stray Kids, Taste. If this is your first time on the channel and this is your first taste of Redemption 46 Studios, please hit that subscribe button.
please stay.
Please stay. If you like the taste and you want more than a sample, jump on the Patreon.
The back door.
No, we really got into like a lot of like Stray Kids content. We already had like a slight guide up there. We'll be doing like a bigger guide at some point this month. Mostly all of Ordinary is already done up on there, and at this point I think we did Case 143, Chill, Superboard, Give Me Your TMI, and obviously we about to jump into Taste, and I gotta see what else is available on there. After I give a week or something for us to dive into Ordinary, I think we'll have like a discussion, open discussion about it, and then an open discussion for the new album as well. But yeah, no long talk, man. Let's jump into Taste. Strikingly handsome.
Hey, yo.
He cheated.
Just trying to download this.
Yeah, you ain't got to hit play to download.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure this is the right one. Case 143, Chill, Give Me Your TMI, Superboard. We still got 3 Rancha left, the new version. Can't Stop, and we did Circus already, and this is Taste. We are jumping into the color coded. This shit sounds like a fucking banger. Like, this sounds like this is about to get into some... and a little bit more, like, vocal. You touched on it before. I think they have dope vocalists on there, but... like the rapping and like kind of the dancing and like kind of the energy always kind of, I don't want to say stands in the forefront, but I think for us, we kind of like that's where it be at. Well, this vocally sounds
I will humbly
different.
say they have some of the best vocals I've heard in K-pop, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Well, I mean, we kind of heard the vocal line before. I think that was the video where I cussed people out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But it's just like we know them for high energy. Not to say that they can't do it, but it's just like we know. It was like the first time I heard Area Code do a Magic Carpet Ride. I wasn't expecting that from them. You know what I mean? So like it's just because you don't hear it don't mean they can't do it or do it at a high level, because they definitely can.
Yeah, this is given on No Easy. They got the joint called like Red Lights.
Yeah.
It was kind of giving like that energy. I want to jump into this. This sounds like this is going to be almost one of my favorite vocal genres already.
Noisy.
Yeah. No, nah, I mean, I love Noisy.
Noisy.
Noisy, not easy.
Oh, okay.
It's both actually.
No, it is.
I
It's
like
they highlight within
Yeah.
the. Yeah. You know how
It's
they.
always funny because it's highlighted weirdly
Yeah.
for you to do whatever, but yeah.
No, don't copy off our answers. You said Noisy. You didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
I'll show you. I'll show you it's not easy.
Don't get noisy now.
I don't want to call it Noisy because that's a bad.
Bad stigma.
They're self-aware though. I mean, they made
Yeah.
cheese and everything like that too. So I mean, you know,
I'm not doing that for some of y'all because it's not easy here to get it.
hell no.
And okay,
Let's get
so
it. I need more of a taste than this. Can we jump into it?
Jesus Christ. We're doing it both on the same vid?
I could say y'all got to grow up.
Turn the Patriot.
All right, yeah, turn. Yeah, what he said. Oh, let me guess. That might help.
That was largely probably Lee No on the vocals.
I think so.
Felix and Hyunjin don't hit vocals nearly as much.
I was gonna say, I know his voice is probably gonna be just.
It's like a bad red rose 향기 미쳐 호비가 빠진 아름다움에 가려진 짙고 뜨거운 가시 Don't care about it 알고 있잖아 베일에 쌓이는 동작 헷갈리다면 지금 이 순간 즐겨워 Baby baby don't test me oh no Baby baby don't
Me and Lino gonna have a conversation after this.
You can get me I believe you can get me You make you feel my love, la la la. 지금 너 come and touch me now. Yeah, you better watch out. You gotta like 그래 난 속삭여 la 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 la. 너냐 둘 사이 애거리 좁혀 잠깐의 호흡만 맞추어 이 시작 공간에
I knew that was coming. Oh, this is hot.
Just look at me baby day and night.
You know, like,
I'm addicted to you. Addicted to you. Kiss me or leave me. 어중간한 자리에 썩고 싶지 않아. Kiss me or hate me. 소프트한 이 상황 손을 봐줘, baby. My eyes get too loose. Can't be tied up with this great. Still running up on best.
Yeah, Felix.
순간을 가지게 나가고 있게. 빛이 기거든 날 밝게 물들여. 이 공간에서. So just get happy 피어나는 flowers. 이 조명의 눈물.
oh, the layering.
곤란해 거짓 모두 성연의 맘너 없이 아무것도 안 잡힌다 You make you feel my love la 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 지금 너 come and touch me now Yeah you better watch out you gotta like 그래 난 속삭여 la 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 너냐 둘 사이 애거리 좁혀 잠깐의 호흡만 맞추어 이 시작 공간에 바라지 Just look at me baby day and night Don't make me fall baby girl I'm addicted to you Don't make me fall I'm addicted to you 시작해버린
Sheesh.
Oh my, you don't end it with the.
Letting that production breathe too.
This was too good.
Yeah, I'm downloading this shit.
This was too good. I want to talk crazy right now. I want to start like just
Talk crazy.
So,
I'll
okay.
back you.
talking crazy. I want to say this is a top 5 joint from them. Especially to me.
That's the second week in a row you done said that. You know, what is your top 5, like 10?
It's getting Not to bring up another group and shit, but it's almost like when we, you know, you're getting so much more content now too, and different sounds that now it's just like
It's changing the perception of what you thought was their best songs.
yeah, because I guess like I told you I always hated the stigma that they had like one particular sound. I don't think that's true, and I do think that some of the tracks that sound the same still have differences in them.
But you also got to know where that information is coming from and the people that it was coming from. Like,
correct. So like with that being said, I'm looking at it from like a lot of songs that I love from them too are songs that like we traditionally, I'm not gonna say didn't expect from them, but those are, like I said, those kind of like I think I said Surf's Up, and things of that nature where it's like, oh damn, I kind of didn't expect that from them. Also, I think what makes Stray Kids unique too is that like they have a lot of these tracks where it's 2 members, 3 members.
Can I point this
and
out
they
real
eat.
quick?
Go ahead.
This is Dance Racha. This is their dance line. Felix, Hyunjin, Lino. Their dance unit just had some of the best vocals, some of the best raps.
Lino, I didn't know.
He's an all-rounder.
I didn't know that falsetto was in there like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I found out on a different song, I won't say which, but yeah, his vocals are incredible.
And like I said, we've highlighted their vocals before and stuff like that. Y'all know how I am with like falsettos, and it just was those melodies and just hitting, even those just like it just they were really bodying this. And I think they had 3 perfect voices on here because they were able to either baritone you, falsetto you, lullaby you, and then all kind of take turns playing with their levels as well. I just think they used their voices perfectly on this. I think this was a good pairing for all 3. From the choreo that we've seen, this felt very sensual and seductive, but also strong.
Everyone had very like adequate 16s kind of to eat on the track. You know what I mean? But all that just, you know, to piggyback off your point.
I'm gonna let that marinate and stuff because I definitely now I want to hear the other tracks on there as well. We still got like a bunch of title tracks from them we haven't reacted to. I'm gonna just say this is top 10 for right now. This is very high up there. This is very high up there. Something told me this is gonna be most of the time when I leave from here. I kind of play one song the whole ride home. This might be that for tonight. Just that one joint, because I feel like this has a lot of applications too. This feels like a late night on the bully. This feels like a damn. I'm kind of in my thoughts and my feelings. It feels like this could be a workout joint. This feels like a joint you kind of can play going to sleep. It's just like a good vibe, and I felt like it was eerie, but not eerie enough to where it's like you can only play it at certain times and shit like that.
It was like Frost without the aggression.
Yeah. Good comparison. I like this a lot, man. Take it away, y'all. I'm sorry.
I thought the track was cool. I'm kind of downplaying it a little bit. I thought it was actually really, really good.
You give 5 seconds. I was like, well, matter of fact, let me.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like my go-to. It's
cool.
It's what you throw out in order so I could think a little bit. But no, I thought everybody definitely held. So here's the crazy part, right? So we talked, was it last week, about Hyunjin. And you like him on the hook of Maniac.
Yeah, I think him and Felix are a good pairing. And he's always visually.
Right. But he's hitting high notes in this song. So, like, his level of talent is, and he also raps. He just does everything, and I think a lot of these, but everybody in the group can do that to a degree. Felix can, sing deep. He can sing high because his voice is really ridiculously crazy. Like you'll hear him talk like a chibi every now and again, and it's just like the cutest thing, like a baby. And like he'll like play around with his voice, and he's like, we talk about throwing your voice around. He can literally just throw it everywhere. But the group needs him to be the baritone, so he does. But you know what I mean? Like everybody can just do everything in the group. So when you have a song, it's really just who fits better, whose temperament, whose vibe fits this song better at this point in time. This could have easily been a 3 Rocha song, and then nobody would have batted an eyelash. Or it could have been an all vocal line song and nobody would have batted an eyelash. But just because everybody in the group can do everything. This was definitely a good track. I love the feel of this track. I hear music in like terms of like colors. So like same thing with like, and that's why I said like kind of reminds me of Frost. This gives me like ice blue or dark greenish blue, iridescent.
It's funny, was that the colors on the drum? Bless you.
Thank you.
When they just was dancing, I feel like I seen blues and shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was like feeling like and a lot of black. Or I mean, there were a pair of Jordans that came out about maybe 5 years ago that had like the green iridescent joint. I wear them with my Eagles gear all the time. But this reminds me of just like that dark color, like kind of hiding away from the relationship, or you know what I mean, just feeling aggressive about love. It always kind of gives me that vibe because love is a cold thing as much as it is a warm thing. But it can be very, very cold. And it just gives me that kind of vibe. Yeah, this was a good track. I will download it. I haven't yet. Yeah.
This double up was nasty.
Wait, I don't know. This might be the wrong words. This is Jay Gucci. None of this might be accurate.
Listen, man, sometimes the vibe transcends lyrics. I don't even need to know what the lyrics is. I feel like I kind of know what's going on already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we circle back to what you want to get off?
Well, for one, normally they're very collaborative in their artistic process as far as who can contribute what, whether it's in the booth or anyone willing to experiment or add changes, or maybe there's a synonym to a word that you think would better suit your voice inflections and things of that nature. Like they're very collaborative as far as how they approach the song making process. But I don't want to say all their songs, but a vast, significant majority of them are written by three Racha, which is Han, Changbin, and Chan. So the fact that neither or any of them are on this, I'm curious if this was specifically written by Dance Racha, or if this was something that Han, Changbin, and Chan had written that they then gave to. Because ultimately, even when you're writing something, whoever's going to perform it the best or to that level that you want it to, because you want the song to carry the message ultimately. So if you feel that this group of people is going to represent this message better, then you go for that. And I just really love that, regardless of whether they wrote it as three Racha or whether their Dance Racha wrote it, I just think it was the perfect culmination of all those things. The lyrics within here are honestly really deep too, as far as you get the kind of sultry seductiveness of Lee No's voice in the sense of conveying the positive aspects of love or falling in love, and then you get more of the deeper kind of and aggressive sped up cadences in the rap line, as far as when you're kind of realizing that this is more of a trap and this is something that's more negative. And it's kind of the juxtaposition between going back is the highs worth the pain of the lows. So I think they kind of walk that line very beautifully, even just in the layering kind of the production as far as the voices and everything. They definitely do use Felix in that way as far as the baritone. He has to kind of set the bass. So there's often times in even in the IM series and things like that where it's they'll be talking about pains of things like growing up or anything like that, and he'll kind of represent the baritone in those ways. So they kind of use him in many different ways as far as that. So I do kind of think they use him in a similar fashion here, not for that, but just to say kind of more of the, grounding everything as far as if Lino is the positives of the love and everything.
I can answer your question too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
They all wrote their own. They all wrote for themselves.
Okay, that's amazing.
They
Because
did the arrangements though, from the looks of things. But they all wrote for themselves.
because I remember on
It's fire.
on one of the tracks too, and this is just a side note. There's a track called Third Eye that they have, and I'm not gonna get into it. It's based on a book and everything like that. But basically, the way Lino's verse opened, as far as feeling like the veil of love is kind of over his eyes, and how he's like not being able to see clearly because he's blinded. but I thought it just kind of reminded me a little bit of some of the lyricism and aspects that were in Third Eye, which is a really high up there track for me as well. So I thought all that was, you know, done incredibly well. I also love, you know, parts of Hyunjin's verse as well, where he had basically said, you know, kind of like the scent of the flowers versus like the thorns that's being hidden on, with the beauty. I thought that was like really great and intricate wordplay as well, as far as like, you know, you're, I don't want to say seeing red or anything like that, but basically you have so much tunnel vision on the beauty that you're kind of missing all the red flags around, you know, potential danger. Or versus even if you're kind of on the other side of it, where it's like, you know, maybe you're fearing the red flags and not, you know, taking that step. But and I want to say it was Felix's verse, but I don't want to be mistaken. But it was basically the kiss me or hate me. Like basically just, I don't want to be in the middle ground of any of this. You know what I mean? Like just, you know, like I just want you to feel something towards me, rather than be apathetic, I suppose, towards me. Because you can even hate someone out of love versus, you know, just something that's within that spectrum. So I just saw, you know, the poetic wordplay, the cadences in the rap and everything like that, and then you balance everything that Lino was doing, especially with the vocals and everything. But that's another thing too, just as a side note. There's not a ton of songs that I've heard where Lino gets to like rap, but when he does, or when he has a verse, even if it's like 5-6 seconds here and there, where it's, you know, like 2-3 bars or something like that, his, like, the way he flows on a beat and everything like that, like, he is an incredible, like, rapper. And I do, you know, look forward to seeing more of that in my journey as far as, like, you know, going forward. But all that to say, I mean, when you have a group that's that well-rounded where you can all, you know, sing, Lino and Hyunjin mostly being responsible for the choreography, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I know Lino's the leader of the, you know, the dance racha. But
just tell he sound like fucking the vocal leader.
But that's what I'm saying. It's all the brilliance where it's like you're the vocal leader, but you can lead. Oh, okay. So this is the point I basically want to wrap up on. Lino being the leader of the dance unit, right? Being able to sing and rap incredibly. Mind you, he was someone who, him and Felix both were kicked off of the debut show, you know, the survival show, JYP. They wanted Lino to rap. He didn't want to, like, he wasn't as, you know, keen to that. Look at him as a rapper now. Hyunjin, you know, he didn't want to be seen as someone who was street casted or anything because of his good looks. Now you're not only the dancer, but then you have to learn how to rap and everything. His progression, especially from what I've seen just as a rapper in general, I mean, even him and Han would have arguments as far as, like, you know, because, you know, you want me to be better at rapping, but I want you to be better at dancing or anything like that. But I mean, that's more so petty bickering and things of that nature. But all that to say is just, you know, the way he's grown as a rapper, and Felix almost being kicked out because he didn't know Korean, you know, properly, and that gamble being taken, and just not only how fluent he is, but then, you know, his progressions in the rap and everything like that too, the vocals that he's shown as well, despite having to be the safety net of the baritone, I suppose, just because his voice is the most distinct in that regard. So it's just, this song holds so much more of a different meaning for me, knowing everything in the journey that I've gotten up to, at least, you know, pre-pandemic, or at least leading up to the pandemic at this point. So it's just, it's incredible to see the growth just kind of jumping from those eras. But yeah, this one's going to be a really strong download for me that I'm going to be listening to quite a lot.
Yeah, what I like about the Stray Kids journey is that I already knew the group was like a self-sustaining group, a group that can like produce, write, and do everything. But I mostly thought it was more so predicated on like just the three rancha. I thought that they particularly like were kind of writing everything and like producing and kind of going from there. I'm glad that from what I'm learning, every member writes from the looks of things, or at least, you know, does their fair share of writing when it comes to stuff, or is capable of writing. Just even the production stuff where it's like multiple people are handling productions and doing the choreo, and the ability to be like all rounders. I think that kind of is what is starting to kind of not so much push them higher up, because they're still pretty high just on my hierarchy, which is about to just be like a 5, and I can just, you know, go to whoever. But just the ability to have like those groups where it's just all members are visuals, all of them can sing, all of them can rap, all of them can write, and all of them can damn near produce is just super scary. Because at that point, it's just almost like having a bunch of evil geniuses running around that are capable of doing like anything in the booth at that point. So this is a dangerous group, a scary group. This was a crazy year from them, and I honestly think that this is nothing, that they still have like a lot to like, you know, kind of show the world in general.
I think they're not even close to achieving the level that they can reach. Like, it really feels like they're just getting started.
Yeah, and we've seen other groups kind of, you know, hit their 4th, 5th year and kind of like, you know, run and do everything. For them to kind of be still early in a lot of stuff that was going on, pre-debut 2017, debut 2018, essentially this is the fourth year in.
325.
Okay.
Was their debut. So it was, you know, towards the beginning of that year.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's going to be up. And I feel like they just kind of showing off now and stuff, and the production and everything is only going to get better. Keith, anything else from there? Anything else?
I'm honestly blown away.
Yeah, at this point, I'm interested to see what this particular 3 Rancha track is on the new album. This was God's Here. This was downloaded. I really want to see a dance practice too for this or something. This definitely seems like this should be battling something.
This is literally the dance Racha dance, you know, team. So it's I can't even imagine.
Jump in the comments. Let us know if y'all like this, what y'all think like this should battle, or what like Stray Kids track should battle. Y'all had some good options last time. Tell us how y'all feel about this track and where y'all rate it and how y'all like the album so far. Album review for this will be coming. Just like Ordinary, we want to give Kurt an opportunity to listen to the stuff we listened to already. We want to finish this off and then give each other enough time for us to be able to dissect this. And we'll probably just have an open discussion again about this, and just probably them. They probably gonna get like a 2-hour joint and shit, double review. We'll see how we feel about it. But other than that, we love you guys. So definitely gonna holler at y'all.
Take care.
Peace.